Hi, I'm Don Tippit. Today we're here at the Ratrod-O-Rama, the 5th annual, and it's in Grants Pass, Oregon, and it's really becoming an established event for rat rods and fun customs of all sorts. So today we're going to try to get an interview with a few of these people and have them tell us a little bit about the cars and what motivated them to build these kind of cars. Okay, Bonnie, this is all about your car. So tell me a little bit about how much fun this thing is, and you're one of the very few people who could fit in this thing.
It's a 37 Plymouth. It has a 56 bed, 327, 3 deuces.
Yeah.
And yes, it is built for me to fit in it only.
Hey, a 40 Ford pickup. I don't know who owns it, but it's really cool. Got the winged lady on the hood ornament. This is this isn't a patina thing. This is the real deal. This something's kind of fun. 35, 36 Chevy pickup. Looks like a little stake bed, half ton. Small block Chevy in it, set of quads. Fun looking deal. If you can pan in on this thing here in a little bit, Randy, you'll catch all the hardware that's hanging off the back of this thing. It's really fun. This is another thing that is part of the personality of these things. Everybody has their own statement to make, and you start looking around, there's some really comical stuff on these cars. Well, I don't know who the owner is, but looks like he's got a 38 or 39 Ford cab with 37 Ford pickup grill in it, big block Chevy. Nice looking car. There's a lot of technology that goes into these things that people are usually not aware of, and the way they build their frames, and some people run suicide front ends, some people just run dropped axles. In this case, the tie rod end is in front of the car, and just a great looking rat rod. Just a great look. I like the horns. This is an example of kind of a fun deal. This is a 32 Ford 3-window, really a nice car. Looks like it's kind of a candy or pearl blue. And then right next to it we got this 32 Ford 5-window. We got a 3-window and a 5-window, and this one looks a little more rat roddy. It's got a Buick with a set of quads in it. An example of a car you'd probably see in the 50s, early 60s, driving on the streets of Southern California. This is really kind of fun. 4-wheel drive Model T. It looks like a 27, 26, something like that. Fun deal. It's got on this side over here, he's got a gold pan with some gold in it. Got his whiskey jug. 34, 35 Chevy coupe. Looks like a Cummins in it. Diesel, turboed, heavy duty front suspension under this girl. Good example of the ingenuity of these rat rods. Some of the stuff that people do, kind of amazing every time you look at it. Everything from a set of barn hinges to open up your cowl vent to a diesel motor. Unique little piece. Got a turbocharged Pinto. It's got a deuce shell on it. It's 31 Model A. Kind of a fun deal if you look around in here. It's got a hand grenade for a gear shift knob. And in the back you got a Harley Davidson little Sprint. Great car and a great motorcycle. You don't see very many of these anywhere. This is actually a Harley Davidson Hummer. They made them in going competition with the Italians, and then later on the Japanese. It was Harley Davidson's attempt to be competitive and in that marketplace, and you don't see very many of them anymore. It's kind of a fun deal. Couple of drag cars, 40 Chevy coupe and a 37 Chevy coupe. An example of a car you might see back in the 60s with a straight axle under the front, small block Chevys. Both of them excellent cars. Looks like these guys have a lot of fun going to the drags and kicking a little butt. the Orange Crush here, Squeeze Me, and the Gray Ghost. A couple of early drag cars. Hey, this is something you don't see very often. It's 37 Ford pickup, fenderless, highboy style. It's got Volkswagen motor. I mean, who would have thought, you know? It's kind of fun. You don't see things like this too often. Another example of how the uniqueness of these rat rod guys. There's some really funny things you see and some great creativity. This is a great example of the rat rod stuff. This is a little Volkswagen that's kind of fun. It's been dropped to the ground. Belongs to a guy named Joe Souza. And interesting thing on Joe is he's becoming quite famous for doing artwork for the internet, and he does a lot of cartooning and stuff like that. This is his little fun car. Hey, this is a fun deal here. 34 Ford, 34 Ford, built out of a sedan. You know, it's a four-door sedan that they made this coupe out of. It's a really fun-looking car. Got an early Ford 48 Ford steering wheel on it. Small block Chevy. Man, there's a lot of work been put into this. Patina looks great. Looks like they've oiled down the original rusty body. Just a fun-looking car. This is a great example of one of the cars you might see on a Saturday night somewhere cruising the boulevard. 57 Chevy, two-door hardtop, a really nice car. It's got a healthy small block Chevy in it. It's got a Latham supercharger on it. You see a lot of blown cars. Most of them are BDS or something like that, but this car has a real early McCullough supercharger on it, and just a great looking car. Some polished stainless underneath the hood and lots of little detail. Not overdone. It's got a set of 5-spoke Americans on it. Real traditional looking car. Orange. Just a great looking 57 Chevy. This is a car I remember. This is a fun old car. This car was 28 or 29 Model A, 28 and 29 parts on this thing off of a Model A flatback pickup. Originally, this car was built for a guy named George Moniz, who was dying of cancer, and there's a community project. There was about 7 or 8 guys all got together and donated parts and pieces for this car so the guy could be on the road the last summer of his life, and that's exactly what happened. Nobody wanted any accolades or anything. They donated engines, transmissions, labor, and all kinds of car parts to get this car on the road to help somebody that was a street rodder who needed the help. And that's one of the things you find in this sport is the love that people have for one another and the love of cars. And here we are with
John Wallace, Bend, Oregon.
John is from Bend, Oregon, and he invented the, what is this, the horn dog?
Oh yeah, this little, my hood ornament here is indeed the horn dog. I know there's 500 rusty cars here, but not a single one is going to have this here item. This is the horn dog that I invented.
Okay, we're here with Mike Valet. He's been in the racing business for quite a few years. He's also known for building street rods and chassis and things of this nature. If you want your car tubbed or narrowed rear end or front end put under it and that sort of stuff, he builds complete chassis.
Well, this is a 438 cubic inch, and we don't normally run anything bigger than a 451 cubic inch because it has a weight ratio combination.
What's the quickest and the fastest you've run in this car?
This car runs 200 mile an hour range, and it'll run anywhere from 7.0s to 660s.
Okay, we're going to talk to Nick about this Dodge truck that he's got here.
Yeah, it was started out to be just a 1938 Dodge 2.5 ton truck, actually a dump truck. And I basically took the cab and front end and used that, and then scrapped everything else and started from scratch on the frame. It's a 454 Chevy big block, Plymouth front axle, you know, Ford 1953 Ford bed that's all chopped up, and just pretty much threw it all together, made it work how I wanted it to.
And for you folks out there in the car area, we're starting the pinup contest just right directly.
Basically, today we're going to be judging the pinup girls on their hair, their makeup, and the style of their clothes. You guys can all root for them, clap, scream for your favorites.
When you're riding up that Vegas River Canyon, there's a story that's told about a mining shack where you never come back. At the end of Paradise Road.
For the Southern Oregon Roller Girl. Want to know more? Come to our next home game, October 27th at the Medford Armory. Very nice day out of it for me. Thank you very much for showing up. And just go ahead and file right on down, and then what the judges are you're gonna figure it out. Ray's gonna give you have the results?
No, not yet.
Not yet, okay. And in first place, this year's 2012 Pinup of the Year goes to Cassandra Hemphill.
Cassandra, congratulations for winning the pinup contest.
Thank you very much.
I understand you ride the bicycle around a lot.
I sure do.
Everybody says, "Oh, I saw her on a bike. I saw her on a
Oh,
bike."
really? Yeah.
So I guess you got a lot of fans, and I
yeah.
can understand why. So I understand you're a black belt.
That's right. In Hawaiian freestyle karate. I started when I was 4, and I did it for 10 years. And I ended when I was 14. Had to shut down the studio for like different reasons and stuff. So yeah, but I got my black belt and followed my dad's footsteps pretty much. He's got the 50 gasser over there. Yeah, and I have a 68 Camaro at home that he built me when I was 9. So yeah, I owe him, and I work in a shop with him, and you know, yeah, it's awesome.
So you like to work on the cars?
Yes, definitely.
Fun, isn't it?
Oh yes, oh yeah. Get dirty. It's awesome.
Well, you're also very pretty and very talented, and it's very, very rewarding to see young people involved in this sport.
One morning cry got burning in my soul. Devil just grinned 'cause I knew it had it then and pointed to Paradise Road.
Hey, we're standing here with Ray, the originator of the Ratrod-O-Rama, and we're going to ask him a couple of little questions. This is the 5th year, right?
Yes, sir. It's the 5th year, and we actually moved to Josephine County Fairgrounds to help support our local fairgrounds and raise money for the Rogue Valley Humane Society.
Yeah, these are great causes, and the nice thing about rat rodders and guys that just like to have fun is that they are always interested in trying to help somebody else better their life. So that's kind of the fun part of this deal, is seeing people helping people. Okay, girls, what do we got going on here?
We have 2 adoptable dogs from the Rogue Valley Humane Society. Our first one is Ruby.
Hi, Ruby.
We have Cherry Bomb over here, and they're sisters. And they are about 4 months old. They are mixed. They are Muddigree.
Muddigree. Who knows? Huh?
That's right.
Yeah.
A little mix of this and that. They actually have a little bit of bird dog in them, a little border collie, and some of this and some of that.
Really pretty.
They are. They'd be better in a home with some family members.
I hear you.